Thank to my friend Mr. Sujit from Tripura who proposed me to the organizer of this IRCA. I am really thankful to the organizer once again. Greeting all the participants to this webinar and also invite you all to give feedbacks during this webinar and even after this webinar. My name is Lalchhanzova. You can call me Chanzova. I am the founder of an NGO called CODNERC in Mizoram. I am very much giving very high value to the webinar because I have a good opportunity to share about the NGO with whom I am partnering and sharing about the foundations and background of this NGO and also about this COVID-19 pandemic issue we are facing by our state. The NGO I founded of this CODNERC is founded in 2005. The main ethos, the main philosophies of this NGO foundation is to transform the perception of our Mizo community. As we all know that we are living in a remote state from the mainland, even from the northeastern part of India, our location is more isolated to compare with other states. Our economy is basically based on subsistence type of occupation. There are around 50,000 people who are working in the government sector. The people, the youth and the parents' perception of their youth after their study is to work in the government sector only. The NGO of this CODNERC trying to change the perception of our people, not only to expect to work in the government sector only, but to try and to take risks in the social entrepreneurship sectors. Two different interventions, we are trying our level best. We are not against the government job, but the government job has limitation. Since only some pockets of the population are working in the government sector, the main ethos we have in mind is that if we can showcase commendable performance in due course of time, our people mindset can turn into accepting an alternative employment potential other than government job. Our mission is to increase employment understanding among the youth and their parents. That employment means any job that can earn income to manage self and their family. By focusing on this, CODNERC has been involved in focusing on contextual need base. To be more concise, our message to our people is that each one of us who has conscious mental ability has innate capacity, potential, and skill. If we agree and believe ourselves, no one is to be left behind to survive and to be able to help others. We are also opined that if we are taking risks in our life for our survival, it is greater to discover our strength and our ability, and it's make more pressure in us to explore more potential from us. Therefore, our NGO main focus is to transform human life to be able to stand on themselves, dare to take risks and not to live a life of spoon feeding. This is the main ethos, the main principle philosophy of our NGO. CODNERC NGO intervention is guided by working with the people. Any individual, any groups, or any people with whom we are working together, we call it as a partner, not only as a beneficiaries. We focus to promote an ecosystem of trust through working together. Therefore, our work is very much commendable in our state. As of now, in our NGO, there are around 110 staffs, both full-time and part-time. We have 5 consultants who are having technical background. We have 5 offices, including our head office in Aizawl and other part of the state. At present, we have partners, supporters. They are National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, National Urban Livelihood Mission, Mizoram State AIDS Control Society, Charge Auxiliary for Social Action, Paul Hamlin Foundation UK, USAID and YRG Care, National Institute of Social Defense, Small Industries Development Bank of India. We have trust area. We have 6 trust area. They are livelihood enhancement, education, health, research, need-based intervention, and welfare intervention. Under this trust area, we have different intervention. I will share afterwards our different types of intervention we have. Let me share my view on NGO ecosystem and paradigm shift due to COVID-19. As we all know that Mizoram is very much remote to compare with other states. Even among the northeastern part of India, Mizoram is very much remote. We are unheard in many perspectives. Even the CSR people, even the funders are hardly reaching our state. We are trying a level best to survive. To some extent, we survive. This is the scenario of before COVID-19. I am very much feel skeptical that even after this COVID-19 and even during this COVID-19, NGO peoples are trying a level best to get support and funders, but the CSR peoples and the funders are not much coming forward to help the NGO. Meanwhile, we have some small amounts of support to help our state. Therefore, taking this opportunity of this webinar, I request the organizers and those who are presenting in this webinar to look forward to our state, CSR company, bankers, funders, and other well-wishers and other philanthropists to come forward to help our state. In the course of fighting against COVID-19, apart from the state government intervention, civil society organization intervention in our state is very much remarkable, and we are very much proud that churches are taking forward, and the biggest civil society organization, Young Mizo Association, is also taking an active role in many corners. For example, when we got the first case, each and every city and every town and every villages had been locked down. At that time, the government could not provide police force. At that time, the Young Mizo Association, the biggest civil society organization, taking forward of the members as a local level task force. Each and every community, each and every locality has a good team of local level task force. This local level task force has monitored the movement of the people and also monitor the vulnerability of their respective areas, respective villages. It is a good record not only for our country, for our international level also. Mizoram state is one of the best states that fights against coronavirus, not only from the government sector, but from voluntary sector. Even during this quarantine also, the government could not alone manage this COVID-19 in managing the quarantine center and the people also. Even the church also sparing their church building for quarantine center. And also they are contributing foods to the quarantine people. And even the voluntary organization and individual people also providing their help to the quarantine centers and to the needy people. It is very remarkable. But the thing is that the people of our Mizo are very much panic and tense at present, because even today also new detection has been recorded, and the state government is also trying its level best, and the voluntary organization will also taking forward. The first priority our NGO given is to help and facilitate and monitor the elderly people